Hi, and thank you for watching Targeted West, the podcast and show. 4 years strong. We're going into our fourth year. DJ Chris is your moderator. We have a website, TargetedWest.com. You can find information about my books and other stuff. This is a peaceful work group that mostly talks about synthetic telepathy and dreams. We get together every Sunday, and today is the 5th of April, Easter Sunday, 2026, and it is show number 206. It's an open mic tonight, and then the TI Book Club is at 45 minutes into this recording, and it'll be very little. It's just the trial and death of Socrates, which was recommended by Dr. Robert Malone in a book I read. So anyway, it's open mic. We don't have anything going on since it is Easter. We'll have a guest next week. So anyway, without further ado, anybody want to talk? Come on in. Love and kindness, are you there?
I'm here.
There you are. So how was your Easter today?
It was very lovely, as a matter of fact. I got up and made a French press coffee for myself.
Wow.
And, I have a French press that I really like. And it was gifted to me from a friend, so I did that. And then I needed to make my lunches, so I did that. And then I have a friend of mine that across the way, he just had hip surgery, so I made him some egg muffins, and I made him a pasta dish and trail mix so he could have that to sort of munch on while he's recovering.
Well, that's awfully nice
about
of you.
gifting to others today, and I go to the food bank. So the food bank, I go to two of them here, and so everything I gifted was gifted to me. I gifted to others, So it was sort of a love day.
That's a good thing, yeah. Thank you for doing that, helping your fellow man or woman out there.
Well, absolutely.
On a holiday, especially any day. Yeah, that's great.
He's a nice person, and I just feel terrible. He's had this surgery, and he has stairs he has to go down to get to his apartment. So I told him, I said, if you really need something, there's three of us that would tell him that we would help him. And I said, just please don't, be doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing. So.
Yeah, I had surgery 8 months ago, and I couldn't walk or use my hands, and had to have surgery done. My neck, my nerves were fused in my neck, and I was completely paraplegic for a while. So it was, yes, and I couldn't use stairs or anything, so it was scary, but I got through it.
And how are you now? Are you walking okay? And
I walk like a duck, and I can hardly go down the stairs, but I'm alive, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, praise, I understand. Sometimes we never fully recover to the full gain in which we were, but at least we're able to do some of the things that we could do.
Oh, yeah, because I wasn't able to walk. I had to have people help me go to the bathroom. It was quite tragic. It was awful. Yeah, and they put a platinum plate in my neck and fused all the C2, 3, and 4, or 5 and 6 or something. So yeah, now I have no pain. I'm good to go now.
Oh, that's good.
But your friend's lucky to have you, because I was lucky to have someone help me. So I'm glad you're doing that.
Yeah, well, he's not one to reach out for help, and I just told him, I said, listen, we all need help from time to time, and you're not asking us, we're offering. So I said, we'll take the burden off of that. We're offering, and this is, what we want to do. So I kicked off the first go around, because, he's going to have a little bit of a haul of getting things, and I felt so bad because I took it to him, and it took him a little while to get through the door, and I thought, well, and then when I handed it to him, I said, are you sure you feel comfortable carrying this? And he goes, no, I got it. So, I mean, it was just a small bag, but sometimes after surgery, you still don't have your strength.
Well, what kind of surgery did he have?
Hip, a complete hip replacement.
Oh, one
Yeah,
whole hip. Yeah, that's a
yeah,
lot.
yeah, yeah. So, but aren't you helping out someone? Aren't you living and helping
I
out a person?
my partner and I are full-time caretakers for an 87-year-old lady. Yes, his mother.
Wow. Oh my goodness, yeah.
We spent the day. We watched Hazel together for Easter. We watched Murder She Wrote. We tried to watch the new Tom Cruise movie, but it sucked. So we went back to
Oh,
watching. We went and watched some other shows, and then I started my call. So
oh, okay. Now, is your partner targeted at all? At
he
all?
he gets the dreams at night, like I
Oh,
do. Same theme and everything. But he doesn't
wow.
get the synthetic telepathy dream. The synthetic telepathy part V2K he doesn't get. I get that part and the dreams.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they hit me with dreams, but I don't remember them. I won't allow myself to get wrapped up into what they do because they're all actor based. They're trying to make you think you're doing it, and so I just don't get up into it. I just prefer that it stays there with them, and I just get up and do meditation and go about my day.
Yeah, you keep busy and do things, you won't be bothered. Like today, I listened to Amazon Music on my TV with my stereo going and
Yeah.
drowned out the V2K and listened to mostly mid-century music, Sarah Vaughan, Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday, Frank
Oh,
Sinatra, Sammy Davis
wow.
Jr., Dean Martin, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. That's
Yeah.
really set me back into the past. I would kind of like that kind of music. So it
Yeah.
tuned them out.
Yeah. Well, those are some great musicians and well singers. I mean, just brilliant. The songs, and there's something about those songs from that era that I don't know, just the
They're
way they were
pure.
sung
They're
and the
really,
way,
they're pure. They're not dirty. I
yeah,
like them. They're not
yeah,
on the
they
news.
very, it's just really pure about love or happiness or going, something. It's a good era. That was a good era. So, has anybody else piped in to say how they're doing today? Oh,
Just,
hello.
just us so
Who's
far.
that? Who's that little kitty?
That's Poppy.
Oh, hi, Poppy. That's okay. She said, I'm just checking out what Dad's doing. He might need some help.
She wants to go out, but we can't let her out, and we just moved
Oh,
in, so she's used to going outside, and she's not getting her way, so she has a fit.
gotcha. So she's letting you know you really do need to let me out.
Yeah, but one of my neighbors in this place has a dog, and when the dog gets out, it kind of chases the cats around, so I don't think
Yeah.
that's an option.
Well, you have quite a few people on the call tonight. Looks like.
For Easter, that's pretty good,
Yeah.
isn't it? Welcome
Yeah.
everybody to the original V2K call, the synthetic telepathy and dream call, Targeted West. You can go to my website, targetedwest.com, and thank you for listening or watching on your favorite platform.
Well, oh, Derek's gonna have a call tonight. Yay. That's
After
good.
me,
Yeah, he
they're
is.
gonna do a night call for the community for
Yeah,
Easter.
I'm glad he still does that. That'll be nice. I listened to the one last night. I got to listen to a few people share some of their testimony. So yeah.
Wow, that sounds like a really good night to take off. For me to take off. And people, I didn't know Derek.
I already advertised you, so you have to stay tonight.
Oh, I'm locked and loaded, huh?
You're locked and loaded already.
How are
You
you
know,
tonight, Ryan?
I've advertised you for 4 years on Twitter. Every Sunday morning when I get up, I put your call and my call. Only two.
No, there's been twice that I actually took off, but I did let you know. See, I could do a job.
I took one night off, and everybody lost their minds. And then when I had my neck go out, I was off for 2 nights. And I left the call going in open mode, and people still came, and everything worked out.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
That's
literally,
good too.
literally couldn't walk or use my hands, and I still did a call. Matter of fact, I couldn't do anything with my hands to even add people as co-hosts or anything. It was awful.
Yeah, that's scary.
And I can imagine what this guy's going through. Our friend who's talking to us tonight is helping with the hip. That's terrible. My neighbor had the hip replaced recently, and she's got a walker now.
Yeah.
Replacement, knee replacement, they're all, tooth replacement, they're all bad. They're all painful.
That's why you get dentures.
I have dreams about nice, comfy dentures, like I do. I have dreams about what they would look like and how they would fit. Me taking them out and putting them in glass and being comfortable all night. Oh, it's a dream.
Well, I wear dentures, and I'll admit it, because I use medication that eats up my good flora and fauna in my mouth. Plus, I've got radiation from the targeting that gave me a lot of
There's kids on TikTok and people in, the tech world that get their teeth replaced at 30 because I believe because of the electromagnetics or the dirty, whatever you want to call it, the radiation they're exposed to, but kids are getting their teeth, all pulled and getting dentures or a whole new set a lot. You see them a lot on TikTok and on different things. So it's happening younger and younger to people with the teeth.
I'd rather have teeth than dentures, but that's okay.
Well, at least you have dentures. That's could be without them.
I don't only wear them for the show. I take them out. I don't wear them except on Sunday, literally. And I eat all my food without my dentures and do just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've known people that have lived without teeth for years, decades, in fact. They're fine.
Yeah, I don't like dentures, glasses, anything. I don't know if I'm neurodivergent or something, but I have to wear the same color shirt, same shorts, everything's the same. It's open mic, and I'm the moderator, and I'm also working the board. So if you're not talking, please star 6. Thank you. Anybody want to talk in this open mic mode for Easter? Tell me about your Easter plans. Did you all have a good Easter? I just watched TV with my family, and we ate hot dogs. Literally. That was it. Didn't make a dinner or anything.
Hey, Chris, Charlie. How you doing?
Hello, Charlie, on an Easter. What's up?
Well, I was looking out my window like yesterday or the other day, and there was a bright light. It could have been, reflecting off the sun. They were about a mile off, and either they had a large mirror, or they had a high beam light. They like to do that to me. They've done it in other places. So Do just close the shades and kind of move on. But I think I'm going to buy I'm going to buy a mononocular instead of binoculars. It's just one. So.
Yeah, I think I have one of those somewhere.
Yeah, I ordered one on Amazon, and you can hook up the iPhone to it or a smartphone to it, and you can take a picture out of it. So that's what I'm going to do. Try to catch them. They're about a mile up the block here. They're the same ones. They had the 18-wheeler truck, and I realize now that it was a street that had the 18-wheeler parked on it. It must have been over like 10 days or 14 days it was parked there. I should have called the city at the time. I thought it was on private property, but it turns out it looked like a street was up the block. So I will know more when I get my mononocular. So. And,
monocular.
Yeah, monocular.
They do use mirrors to enhance their lighting. I do know. I've seen them do it. And lighting is critical for hitting us right where they want to.
Blind me basically when I look out the window, and that's what they were doing. But it could have been a laser, right? You just never know. It's very evil. So.
Well, laser wouldn't stay on. I get laser all the time. It doesn't stay on like the light does.
Why wouldn't it stay on? They could keep it on.
It doesn't. I can see the lasers. I can see how they do it, and it doesn't. It's just shoot and then run away.
Well, when I lived on the golf course in Phoenix, they used to drive around in this golf cart with a bright light on. They used to aim it at my house, during the day. And it's the same type of lights they use when they're working on the golf course before they open, right? They work on it at night or early morning before the sun comes up. And
and they do use electrical vehicles, anything that because they need more electricity. So they use electric vehicles on me too.
Yeah. So I called the police and talked to them on the phone when they were doing that. So, but.
And let me get it. The police helped you.
Yeah, they weren't like the normal police. They were like it wasn't like the Phoenix police that policed that area. It was like the sheriff's department. It was some other law enforcement. I think it was. But I heard that that law enforcement doesn't adhere to the CIA, right? There's a certain law enforcement that doesn't talk to the FBI and CIA. It's like the sheriff's department, I think, or something like that. That's what they call it. And so I think they were talking about it one time in Targeted Justice. So I bought I don't know if I didn't talk about this on this website, on this call, but on Targeted Justice website, on Targeted, I'm cooking my dinner this morning. I'm sorry. They talked about get hit at the high frequency now. The Stingray, and they have this device that will notify you if it's in the area and they're listening on your conversations. It was on one of the emails recently. What you do is you take this hotspot and you download the software into it, and you turn it into this, and they call it the Ray Hunter, like Stingray, so it's a Ray Hunter. So I'm going to try to build that device. In fact, I just got the hotspot device in the mail today. So I got to work on the software part of it. Hopefully I could get it working to see if they're actually in the area listening to the conversation, with that Stingray. I don't know if you ever heard of that, Chris.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the Stingray and all the other names they call it. It's an IMSI device that looks for cell phones out in a certain area and acts as a middleman between that and the tower, and they can pretty much take your cell over and listen to your calls. And all the sheriffs use them, and they put them in the trunk, and they have them in planes, and they have them in houses. So I'm glad you got. I'm glad you got something to fight it, because that's ridiculous.
I know the Ray Hunter. It's called the Ray Hunter, and if you put down Ray Hunter, if you type in Ray Hunter on YouTube, the search bar, it'll come up with some videos that tell you how to make the device. So I'm very excited. Hopefully I could, it's the software part that I have a hard time doing. I'm not very familiar with the software, because I go back to basic in college, basic application, basic software in C. So that's like 30, 40 years ago, right? So I never kept up with the technology.
Yeah, my skills are from the 90s.
Mine's 80s. I had the C++.
Hello, Michelle. Happy Easter to you, Michelle. How are you?
Sorry to interrupt. Hi, happy Easter to everyone.
Thank you. Happy Easter, Charles, and everyone.
Is Charlie? Are you talking about recording B2K or no? I came in on the late. Were you guys talking about recording B2K? No? Oh, because there's a bunch of hype about recording B2K, and Targeted Justice sent a thing out in their newsletter about how to
using a software-defined radio SDR. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. You think that's going to work, Chris?
I don't have the money to buy an SDR module or spend the time researching it, so I wouldn't really know. But
yeah,
even if you could record the B2K, what good is it going to do? You still don't know who it is.
Exactly.
When you can sit and write down exactly what they say anyway, so why have to record it? Oh, what's that?
But I think that the Ray Hunter would be, if it works, it would be a very good instrument.
Yeah, let us know, please, Charlie, how that works out.
I will. Now, you can get a used hotspot device on Amazon for like $40. So it's not that expensive. So. So, Chris, your RV, what class what class of an RV do you have, or did you have?
Well, my first RV was a Class C, which is a van with a box in the back, like a 40 Econoline. My second RV was a Winnebago A-Class, which is the big body over chassis, like a truck chassis, and that was a Winnebago. My third was a trailer. My fourth and last, which I own now, is a travel trailer. Travel trailer I tow with my truck.
That's just called a fifth wheel.
I never had a fifth wheel. No, I don't believe in those.
I thought it's called a fifth wheel too.
The problem with fifth wheels is that you have to have somebody that has the receptacle to tow it.
So what class, one you have now, what class is that? How many feet is that?
25-foot travel trailer, and it's for sale if you want to buy it.
Yeah, I was looking for the, if I was to buy one, I was just looking around, right? I would be the Class B van.
Class B is perfect for you because you'll be traveling alone, and it's a perfect size.
Well, yeah, if I do, it'll be going in the middle of nowhere, to get away from these people. If I was to...
Well, if you get one with, where they're all fully self-contained, you'll be able to boondock.
Yeah, they call it boondock, don't they?
Boondocking, yes.
Boondocking.
Well, Charlie, do you know Michael Parsons?
I know of him. I think he
because he has a camper, and he went to the desert in Nevada and or Las Vegas, somewhere around there, and he still gets targeted, but it might be less there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would never go to the desert. So you're in the middle of nowhere. You need to go into the woods. You need to get up in the mountains. Or you need to go like the Yellowstone. They'll still come after you, but it wouldn't be that accessible. There, and that's what I figured, right? You got to try. So if I was to do it, but everyone likes the Transit, the Ford Transit. I don't know if you're familiar with that platform.
That's a smaller four-cylinder one, yeah. Or are you talking about the bigger van with the Ford front end? Oh, okay, the big Transit, not the little one, right?
Yeah.
That's a de facto standard for RVs now, Class Bs and Cs.
Class B, yeah.
I would rather have that than the Mercedes chassis. It's a lot better.
Yeah, they say because if you break down, it may take you weeks to get the parts.
Mercedes sucks. Mercedes isn't good with the RVs. They never have been, or the vans. They just want to sell luxury cars.
Yeah, they're good at luxury cars, but they say that
they're very good at that. Yeah, so that's just the way it is.
I think the Airstream makes they use the Mercedes Benz.
Airstream uses Mercedes Benz and the Chrysler front end for their intro level Class B.
Yeah.
Which I don't recommend anything by Chrysler Ram or anything like that, except the big trucks.
Just looking around, just seeing my options, rather than doing Airbnbs all the time. Yeah. But I'm hoping they don't pass to 702. And just keep my fingers crossed. That'd be a great.
Good luck. I know they'll renew it because that's the way they operate.
Yeah, they're just evil.
They'll use the Iran war. They'll say we have to have it going again in the FISA court because of the Iran war. And that's what they'll say, and it'll be approved.
Yeah, every year is an excuse. Why we
it always is. We've been in a state of emergency since 9/11, and they always have an excuse to keep it going. Yeah, we're in a state of emergency right now.
They make provisions to it. I don't know if you know. Last time they made provisions to it that means the same thing, and then passed it through. It just made me frustrated too, because it was like they just reworded it. It meant the same thing, and then passed it and said they kind of changed it. I don't know.
Yeah, but what I do know is that we have friends in the business, don't we? And one of them is TI Events, and TI Events has a little message for you at the half-hour mark here at TargetedWest. Here we go.
Chris, I've been hosting events for targeted individuals, but no one ever comes.
You need TIEvents.org. It's where TIs find all the events, conference calls, meetups, webinars.
How do I get listed?
Just go to TIEvents.org. It's easy. TIEvents.org, where the TI community connects. List your event today.
That's TIEvents.org. Check it out. Back to the call. Man, the problem with RVs is it's not the RV itself that costs the money, it's the parking it somewhere. Some of these RV parks are very expensive now. And if you go off in the middle of the wilderness at a BLM campground, there's safety issues. So.
Well, you can get a lifetime pass. If you're 62 and over, you can get a lifetime pass to all the federal, national parks. And then you can get 50% off on the places to stay, what do you call them? The RV parks within the state parks. You can get 50% off on a daily, when you stay.
I used to get that. I used to stay in California. I used to get that. Yeah, it saves a lot of money.
Well, I've done that, but you have to move every 2 weeks. It is a good way to find. Yeah, it is a good way to find, other friends and other RV parks that are listed.
There's another option you guys haven't thought about, which I did, and that's 1,000 Trails. Go to 1000trails.com and check it out. For like $500, you can join them, and you have to move every 2 weeks, yeah. But then, oh, hello, Poppy. And then you come back after a week off, and then you stay another 2 weeks. Or you pay them more money, and you get 3 weeks on and 1 week off. And you can sell the membership after you're done.
Well, if you boondock, you still have to move, but all you have to do is move like a mile or two off your spot. So, and you can't really stay in an RV park because they'll be surrounding you. So the only way to do this is to, like you said, to boondock. And to get away from, you might as well live in an apartment if you're going to go to an RV park, right?
I had trouble at the RV park, yeah, but most of all it was pretty good. But I did have trouble there a couple times.
Yeah, but your targeting is probably different than mine.
Mine was the good news. I always thought to myself, they're targeting me right now, but they're so transient that they'll be gone tomorrow, and the 2 people that targeted me left. I think they got kicked. Yeah, they got kicked out. One had 8 kids, and the other one didn't pay the rent, kept parking their cars on the lawn, and kept staying up all night, and all sorts of crazy stuff. And then she got my phone number and put dirty stuff on it, and I had to change my phone number, which I lost contacts of people that I love and lost their forever. Never can contact them again. I was really screwed up. I don't ever trust RV parks again. I wouldn't do it. Boondock.
That's the ones here in the Rocky Mountains and Montana and Idaho were very nice. Ones in Wyoming, oof, no.
Yeah, the nicest parks are the ones that are like the state parks where there's a beach or an ocean or something you can go to and except for it. But you got to remember, you're gonna need water, you're gonna need electricity, you're gonna need gas to heat, and you're gonna need a generator, and you're gonna need water and waste and a place to put your excrements. So you need a fully equipped RV, and the smaller the RV, like the Class B, you don't have much room in those tanks, so you'd be spending every couple of days emptying them. If you had a Class C, your tanks would be a little bit bigger and you'd be in a van chassis, but it's still not enough. If you get a Class A, you'll have enough capacity to last a week boondocking, like I did. I boondocked at the beach, and the only thing they had available was a spigot to drink out of, and I used this little product called the Water Gypsy or Water Bandit, and it's like a little rubber bib, and I put it over there, and I filled my water tank every few days, so I was just fine. Oh, there's a nice RV park in Green Bay, West Virginia. A lot of electro-hyper sensitives live there. That's great. I didn't know that. Caller, our chat room's going well.
Well, the whole key to this is to get away from the criminals. You know,
so actual people, Charlie?
If you moved every time, though, you tried to get away from criminals, there'd be nowhere to, there's nowhere to stay.
Yeah, you believe it or not, if you find a good RV park, the neighbors will all take care of you and watch over you, and you all work things out. It's pretty good stuff when it goes well. They have an unspoken word among the RV community, you know, that you help your neighbor. It's the ones that come in overnight, the short-term ones and the overnighters that are suspicious that come in to harass you.
But you're right, Chris. The community is like kind of like biker gangs, but not really. But you know, they watch for them.
Same. You know, whatever what gang you're in or group. Yeah, same shit. Yeah.
Yep.
People will help each other. Yeah, it's usually pretty good in the RV community. I had a good experience with it. I give it a 8 overall.
No. So I was checking
worried
into
about people, Charlie. Move where I am, I'll beat their brakes off. I'll beat their brakes off. If anybody screws with you where I live, I will beat the brakes off. So if you're worried about people.
No, thanks.
There you go. You got an offer there.
I was checking into the sufficiency. I was going to stay for 3 weeks, or maybe a month, 3 weeks. So my apartment is ready. I was in where was that? Arkansas. Was it Arkansas or Alabama? I can't remember. Anyway, I checked in and they had me up on the 4th floor. So I asked the woman to put me on the 1st floor. It's 11 o'clock at night. I go to check in my room and go out to the car, bring in my luggage, and the people across the street, across the hall, pardon me, are moving out of their room. The guy's got like in his one's in his bathrobe. They got the CPAP machine, and they're just changing hotel rooms right across the hall. And I look at him, and I go, "What's going on?" He goes, "Oh, the air conditioning's not working." Now it's like 55 degrees at night out there at the time. So this is what they do. So, and they'll do that in an RV park too. You know, eventually the people around you will disappear, or they'll move right in next to you. So.
I've been in very few hotels, so I wouldn't really know much, but it's been okay. But now, no matter where I go, I have the synthetic telepathy following me, so I'm never alone.
Well, your targeting is different than mine and some others.
Yeah, you get the gang stalking, I get the electronic only. I don't get any, very little real action outside. It's quiet over here. Matter of fact, it's too quiet. It's all elderly people. And man, they got some cars around here that are 30, 40 years old. They're still running. It's amazing.
America.
Yeah, if I move next to you, it'll change.
You have to be 55 and over, and there's no units available over here at Casa Day Retirement Home.
I got out of cell phone range the other day, Chris. And
you did? And did you get relief?
Nope. It didn't change.
Yeah,
they're like, not today. Not today.
I only got relief camping one time, and that was in the Santa Cruz Mountains at Mount Madonna Park, which is a county park for RVs. I got complete relief standing in the woods behind my RV, and I noticed on the road up there was a whole bunch of microwave antennas pointing down at the valley. And I was up in the hill above in Santa Cruz. That's the only time I got relief, and I felt tingly.
And what they did, God certainly looked upon as a sick. And you know,
I had a Class A at that time. It had just the right amount of tank space for 1 week of sink and toilet water and shower water and enough LP and all that. And it had electric and water, but no sewer. So you had to go around the corner. But it was a good park, and that's the first time I got relief ever.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Hi, my name's Gail. I'm on the East Coast.
Hey, Gail, on the East Coast. What's up?
I noticed Charlie was talking about gang stalking, and that's, besides DEWs, that's like my main thing. So I kind of wanted to ask him a question, if I may.
Are you there, Charlie? Come on in. I don't know if he's here still.
Sorry, what is that? What would you say? I'm sorry.
Is that Charlie?
I didn't hear you.
Charlie?
Yes.
Yeah, hi. So I'm severely gang stalked. I've moved twice. And I'm in a very small town, but whatever is involved with it, I believe is defamation. The whole thing, because it's not just, the feds, it's locals, it's small businesses, it's utility companies, all that. And, I feel like it's really, really peaking, and I want so bad to do something about it, but as far as, because it's basically people I don't know my geolocation, wherever I am, in my car, and that's illegal. And I just endure it. I pray through it, I praise through it, listening to my music, but I just wanted to ask you if it's at the same level, if your gang stalking is at the same level as mine.
Oh, the gang stalking? Yeah, I can't go anywhere without them gang stalking, breaking into my car, and break into my residence. Okay. They surrounded me here. It's, like that everywhere.
Do they do the creepy crawly shit on the freeway where they, like 8 of them will come off an exit? Like I do a lot of, I haven't stopped my life, and I won't. So I take the same route a couple times a week for like 20 miles, and they know my route, and but they do this creepy crawly thing where 8 of them will come off an exit and slowly pass me on the left, and then slowly put their blinker on, stuff like that. So I don't run away from them. I just whatever I do, to deal with it, but it's I don't know. I don't know if there's a remedy except for like cameras or body cam, or I think different ones, like the locals, the ones that are getting the gift cards and all that. They get a little creeped out if you hold your phone up with a camera, or there's so many little compartmentalized people that are involved, but they try to psych you out like the whole world is involved, but I don't know. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about gang stalking yet. I'm kind of new to the community, but I'm just wondering how other people, like, how do you deal with it?
Yeah. Your story sounds a lot like what I've been going through. And yeah, you're definitely right about, yeah, they'll do all this stuff, but when you're recording, I would just get a dash cam, because at the end of the day, they do want you to look crazy. They do want you to, you know, have a reaction, and then they can just play it off like, oh, they just acted crazy. I wasn't following her, but it does come to a point where it's, you know, it's what you can prove. Because, yeah, I've been in the same situation, and going back to, I forget who said it, but about old cars. Yeah, I've got the exact same issue. Like, a bunch of neighbors just have the oldest cars, like the ones that will make the loudest noises when they start it up or like idle or something, and they just park like right next to my house, even though there's plenty of parking space, and just idle for like 30 minutes. And I know what they're doing because they want that reaction, especially since, I mean, I don't know how exactly it works. They probably just get a call like, oh, just park here, idle, and, you know, make sure somebody sees you, because I think they want that reaction. And, yeah, you just can't, you know, it sucks, but yeah, you can't really give them the satisfaction, especially since I think a lot of what they're doing is they do want a 5150 you or have some sort of a quote-unquote wellness check where they, you know, file a false police report. And again, if you can't prove anything, even if it's 100% true, you know, if they just can deny it and just be like, oh, I was, you know, this person just came out of nowhere. I was just checking my GPS and they came out. They're doing this because, yeah, they want that reaction. But, yeah, especially since you can record in public, it becomes necessary to, yeah, body cam, dash cam, just something where if it's, you know, he said, she said thing, at least you have something. Because, yeah, they do all the most unethical stuff. So I'd just say that.
Yeah, but I'm saying even like the police and the fire, like I know that some people would say, oh no, they've you know, mind controlled you to the point you think everyone's involved. I know for certain that there's defamation involved. I live in a teeny tiny town. It took them about a year because I moved out of where I lived before. Took them about a year, but the defamation is definitely happening. Because there's a church I went to, they're totally lovely. And then I go up and tithe one week, and the guy won't look me in the eyes as I'm standing right in front of him, handing my tithe, like he's totally disgusted. So I'm like, okay, when you know, you know. You know, I'm like, oh, the defamation they used in this town, they brought it to this town. Like, they want to neutralize you, to not have any community support whatsoever. But I'm very blessed to be living with my sister now, and like it's an over 50 community. You know what I mean? But you can just tell when it's finally arrived here. You know, this is my third time. Let me see. I moved once, twice. This is my third time, and I'm not moving. You know, I feel like I'm in a protective bubble because I live with my sister, which is great, but she's away right now, so I can talk freely, but she doesn't quite believe, you know what I'm saying? She thinks I need help type thing, but that's okay because I do have a support system that does believe me, and I did meet
We believe you.
What's that?
We believe you.
No, I appreciate that, and I'm glad for these calls. And but the links that they will go to try to neutralize you, because I'll get so, you know, every day I shoot for midnight. You know, okay, I made it through today, but while I'm being gang stalked, they also do they'll raise my heart rate in the car, and I won't feel like, usually if you have anxiety, it's caused because of a thought process. I'm talking about before I was a TI, okay? So normally, if you have anxiety about something, it's preceded by a thought process of something you're worrying about. But I'll get into my car. I won't even be thinking of yesterday's gang stalking. I'll be like, okay, I'm going to go see the woman I take care of and have really good thoughts. But they will literally put my body into a state of anxiety. So when they gang stalk me, it will be a double whammy. It just amazes me, like, what they can do and how committed they are. But it shows me how strong I am now. That's one thing, because the Lord works all things together for the good of those who love Him. So that's just part of my battle, part of my story. But I'm very grateful for these calls, and I kind of wanted to connect with some people that are going through, my type of targeting. So I appreciate you all.
We appreciate you dropping by and keeping the call going. Well, let's see what we got going here for a book club. It's going to be quick because, of course, I didn't have a chance to read this book, although it's pretty popular at school. So here we go with the book club, everybody.
It's time for the TI Book Club, where every book opens a door to new worlds and shared journeys. Here, we uncover hidden gems, specially selected for TIs, and always within your reach. Be part of a community that reads together, grows together, and sees the world through the same lens. Don't just listen to stories, live them with us. Join now at bookclubs.com/TIBookClub/join, and let's turn the pages of adventure together.
That's the original TI Book Club. We have 227 members. You can join today for free. Our book tonight is The Trial and Death of Socrates. This was mentioned by Dr. Robert Malone in his book, and my synthetic telepathy brings up Socrates all the time. Now they're bringing up Dr. Zhivago and something else, which is weird. Anyway, that's the book of the week, and that's all I have because it's Easter, and we're not going to bust our butts reading a book for Easter. So that's all we have. Thank you for the book club. And now we're back to the call and open mic. We're coming up to 6:52, 8 more minutes of recording, and then we'll go to open mic without recording.
Hi, Chris. I just came in late, and I was listening to the lady talking about living with her sister. I think that's a blessing. And even if she sort of half believes you or doesn't completely, apparently you love each other, and that's the most important thing. And God knows. Apparently, you quoted a very good scripture. He does know what's going on, and we know. So it's not as important to convince, I don't believe, loved ones, friends, as much as it is to just operate and communicate on that higher level of friendship and love, because if they do believe you completely and get busy trying to help you out, they could get targeted too. So you don't want that to happen. So God bless you and your sister, and take care. Keep calling. Chris is a nice person to talk to. Thank you. And happy Resurrection Day, everybody.
Happy Easter to you too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's open mic
like
if you'd
to
like to
comment on
talk.
what,
Yeah, come on in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I'm Nano. Go ahead. And I would like to comment on what Lonnie had just said about not worried about or focused about trying to let the family members know of what you're going through, because there's an ostracized mechanism that will draw your family away from you. And if you could use that energy and come to the phone calls and people that are alike, that you'll get more benefit out of it. So in other words, on this happy Easter day, if you just would try to act like they act on Easter while you're gathering with your family, they'll be more appreciative, and you'll get a lot more out of hanging around the family. And then when you have the problems that you have, come to the phone calls. That's the best ideal for all of us. And thank you very much. I'll sign out.
Thank you, Nana. It's open mic if you'd like to talk. We're talking about gang stalking. We're talking about V2K and synthetic telepathy dreams. What type of stuff do you have going on in your life if you're watching this on your platform? Write in the comments and let us know. Also, if you'd like to be on the call, send me an email at djchris@targetedwest.com. Go ahead, Nano.
Yes, on the dream manipulation and things that they do, I had found out that every time I close my eyes, I'm having dreams, but they're not my dreams. These are manipulated dreams, and they could be from my targeting experiences, and it's my subconscious creating these so-called dreams. But I'd like to believe that they're induced. But the dreams have nothing to do with my character and who I am. The dreams are to try to manipulate my character and who I am. That it's got nothing to do with who I am, but it's to try to suggest and alter who I am and what I think. And that's what my dreams are about every time I close my eyes.
It's open mic. If you'd like to talk, come on in. We got 3 minutes left of the recording.
Yeah, so the gang stalking.
Go ahead, Charlie.
They were gang stalking me since the beginning, and I was following them for years. Years I was following them, and so one time, I made the mistake and followed the wrong person. But even my neighbors, when I moved to Phoenix, they started doing the gang stalking things, like leave their hatchback open and so forth, and the car doors open. So I started cursing out my neighbor across the street. And then the woman next to me, she called the police. I got the 2 cops knocking on my door. And I just explained to them what was going on. And then they said to me, "Oh, okay, we won't arrest you then." There's a law in Arizona that they could actually arrest you for cursing out your neighbor. I didn't realize that. So I guess I was lucky they didn't arrest me. But, I just reasoned with the police officer. But I've been following the gang stalkers for years. They never liked that.
No.
Eventually I ended up in the hospital for 2 weeks because I faced the wrong person. I was pretty tweaked up. Never live on the golf course as a gang, as a targeted individual. Because they'll be coming around your house all day long. They used to drop balls on my roof all the time. In my front, my backyard. They would intentionally do that. So that's part of being gang stalked. Part of the program, right?
Gotcha. Well, thank you for listening on your favorite platform or listening on Spotify. You can like, subscribe, and make a comment. Charlie and others are being gang stalked. Are you being gang stalked? Let us know in the comments. We'll end this recording now and go ahead and let you go to tievents.org and find a call like this. So no matter what time of day or night, TI Events is available, and you can look up a call like this one and participate. Thank you much for watching and listening.